doing more than you used to, yet your life doesn't feel meaningfully different? You're learning. You're working. You're showing up. But somehow, progress feels stuck. Not broken. Just slow. Quietly resistant. It's confusing because on paper, you're improving. Yet internally, something feels off. Like you're running, but the scenery barely changes. That tension isn't imaginary. And it's not a lack of effort. Most people assume progress and advancement are the same thing. They're not. Improvement is about skill. Advancement is about direction. Psychologically, the brain loves improvement because it's safe. It rewards repetition. It recognizes familiarity. Advancement, however, requires friction. It demands change in environment, identity, and exposure. When those don't change, improvement becomes a loop. You get better at the same things, inside the same conditions, with the same influences shaping your decisions. Over time, that gap grows. You feel capable, but contained. By the end of this, you'll understand why effort alone hasn't moved you forward, and what subtle factor decides whether improvement turns into real advancement. Not overnight change. Just clarity you can act on. Think of growth as having two layers. The first layer is internal capability, skills, discipline, knowledge. The second layer is external reinforcement, environment, expectations, and feedback. Advancement only happens when both layers evolve together. When one improves and the other stays the same, tension builds. That tension is what you're feeling now. The most visible reason people stall is repetition without recalibration. That once helped you grow. Same routines. Same conversations. Same feedback loops. The brain interprets this as progress because effort is present. But behaviorally, repetition without new input reinforces the current ceiling. This is why people can work harder and still plateau. Their actions improve, but their exposure doesn't. And exposure shapes expectation. Comfort rarely announces itself as resistance. It presents as stability, familiarity, reasonableness. Psychologically, the brain prioritizes safety over growth. Familiar systems reduce uncertainty, which lowers stress, even if they also limit potential. So when advancement threatens comfort, resistance feels protective. Not dramatic. Subtle. You hesitate to change environments. You delay decisions that would alter your identity. You tell yourself later instead of now. Over time, comfort becomes invisible friction. There's also a quieter influence few people talk about. Unspoken comparison. When the people around you measure growth in similar ways, advancement creates tension, even if no one says it out loud. Behavior shifts. Feedback becomes neutral instead of supportive. Your wins feel acknowledged, not celebrated. This doesn't mean anyone is malicious. It means systems protect equilibrium. And advancement disrupts equilibrium. Here's the realization most people miss. You're not stuck because you're incapable. You're stuck because your environment is optimized for who you were, not who you're becoming. The frustration changes shape. It becomes clarity. Progress doesn't feel heavy anymore, it feels misaligned. Start with awareness, not action. Ask yourself, where am I improving without changing exposure? Which parts of my environment reward comfort over growth? What decision keeps resurfacing that I keep postponing? Then make one adjustment. Change a conversation. Change a feedback source. Change what you're consistently exposed to. Advancement begins with friction applied intentionally. Outgrowing systems doesn't make you disloyal. It makes you aware. You don't need to abandon effort, you need to realign it. When environment and identity catch up with capability, momentum returns naturally. Progress improves what you do. Advancement changes what becomes possible. If you've been improving but not advancing, nothing is wrong with you. You've simply reached the edge of an old structure. Notice it. Respect it. Then decide what needs to change. Clarity always comes before movement. And once it does, the path forward feels lighter, because it's finally aligned.